I did not realize that I was not live, so I've been chatting to myself. Um, Second stream from the new location. I did try and get chat up going a little different this time, so let me know. Let me know if it's good. Let me know if that works for you. It's a little janky and a little tiny, but it's there. Hello, random. Hello, Mio. Welcome to welcome to the stream. Welcome to ranking the Star Raiders live. We're gonna get this going. I have a tin of pop, one aluminum can next to me. What is up? F0106 or no F16, whatever. It's Delta. It's easier that way. Welcome. Hello. Who else is here? Nate Reviews. Hello, hello. See that? Hello, Bots Obsession. Thank you, thank you. Some of these are not coming through on my end. I see them over here, but I don't see them over here. Hello, random. Is it top chat, maybe? Do it like that. All right. Okay. Yeah, let's get started. We got some people. We got some people in chat. I'm gonna take a sip here. Welcome to Ranking the Starseekers Live. Matrix of Creation. Sure. I think there's a art thing. What's up, pig? Okay. So, Starseekers. We love the Starseekers. This is the latest Walmart capsule. I have... Whoa, hello. Hi. There we go. There we go. We have just about everyone here. I got Farak in today. We got Calcitron and the Thundertron Leader Class Pack. We got Road Pig, Lockdown, and Cannonball. These should be hitting shelves pretty soon, if not right now. If not on shelves currently. I know that these have been a bit of a pain to get a hold of for a lot of people, especially if you missed out on the pre-orders. But I know in the case of this one and Lockdown that the pre-orders had like a whole snafu where a bunch of them got canceled. Road Pig looks amazing. I want to know if I should get him in Cannonball. Yeah, well, we're gonna talk about him when we get to him. So I do want to say R.I.P. to the great James Earl Jones. He passed away today. That is highly, highly saddening. I'm a big Star Wars guy, so that's really unfortunate that he's gone. There is sort of an upside to that. I don't know if anyone else knows this, but he gave Disney permission to use his voice with AI and create an AI James Earl Jones voice for Darth Vader. So Darth Vader will probably still sound like Darth Vader, which is kind of cool. I'm getting Slammer, Blaster, and what are the other guy's name is, which is an instructor, getting those on my birthday. Nice. Twister Lock, what's up? I forgot Filch. I did not forget Filch. I skipped Filch because I couldn't find her in stock. I also skipped Filch because I don't really want Filch. Filch, in my opinion, is not really part of the Star Seekers, which is something we're going to talk about when we get to each member. And I think we're going to start with the Deluxes. Obviously, I think that's the spot to start. This is really cool because this is a very small capsule consisting of 4 Deluxes, a Voyager, and a Leader Class 3 pack. So it's a very small capsule. It's smaller than Velocitron, which had two leaders, 3 Voyagers? No, 2 Voyagers, and then was it 8 Deluxes or something like that? It had quite a few. It had quite a few Deluxes. And then you had the other one, the G2 capsule, which had 5 Deluxes and 1 Voyager and 2 leaders, whereas this one has the lowest amount. With the 4 Deluxes, 1 leader, 1 Voyager. But I think that means that this is very accessible. I, who am sort of strapped for cash, watch those ads. Thank you very much. Check out the Patreon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Was able to get most of them. Well, I mean, I got this one on sale. I got them on sale. I had a coupon. So got him for $15 off. I also had a coupon when I ordered these guys. I had a $10 off coupon. So let's start with the Deluxes. Let's move everyone out of the way, and we're going to start with the Deluxes. and then we're going to talk about like their history as a Star Seeker, how they fit into the capsule, and just kind of go through them, rank them on the retooling, what they're originally based off of, etc., etc. Sorry if you can hear fans or whatnot in the background. It is a little hot in the basement room, but yeah, some of you might not know, but I did move. I've moved, so I'm in a new location, but it's pretty similar to my old location, just new. But the lighting in here is great. I like it so much. So if there's a little bit of an echo, if there's a little bit of an echo, there's a little bit of difference here in sound quality. I am working on it. I'm going to try and get some sound tiles. Heard Transformers are bad. Can you comment? I can comment. They're good. Want Thundertron? They look so good. At the end, you should tell us my personal favorite. I'm going to try. I'm going to tell you my personal favorite and which one I think is the best. So minus Filch, because I don't have Filch. Oz the Boz, welcome. Omega Sus, welcome. Who should we start with? Which deluxe should we go through first? I think we start with Lockdown. I think he was the first one spotted in America, so I think we're going to do Lockdown. Oh, hello. That fell out or off. I'm going to stick that. I think we're going to do Lockdown, Cannonball, and then Road Pig. I think we're going to do it like that. Yeah, I think that's the way we're going to do it. I think we're going to go... So let's set the two off to the side. Let's talk about Lockdown. Oh, man. We got a lot of people in chat. Let's look at this. And Patriots. Who's Patriots from the Kingdom series? You mean Pipes? Audio sounds great. Only an echo when you move away. Okay. Do I draw the Ghostbusters logo, Master Chief's helmet, or Cap Shield with the Pepsi logo? Ah, not Pepsi. Not Pepsi. We hate Pepsi. Pig? The Road Pig? I would like G2 Soundwave. That would be cool. That would be cool. Okay. Let's go with Lockdown first. He was the first one that I think was spotted in the United States. He was also the first one that I was able to get my hands on. So let's talk about Lockdown. I like Lockdown a lot. I know that there's a lot of people that like this is one of the most divisive Star Seeker. Do I call you Nod or Bots Obsession? Either. It doesn't matter. I would rather have a recolor of G2 become a Star Seekers. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. Lockdown was pretty divisive amongst the fans because he is very short. This is actually a pretty standard size deluxe, not coming in about the same size as Cannonball. And I know a lot of people were hoping that this was going to be on the Chase mold. I was also hoping it was going to be on the Chase mold. I think Axle Grease is a good use for Lockdown, and I think getting Axle Grease back out there in a Lockdown skin is a good thing because a lot of people weren't able to get this Junkion, or at least this tooling on the Junkion mold. I think the hook could have been a little better. I don't love that, but I think it's okay. I think the hook could stand to be integrated into the vehicle mode more. The head sculpt is great and is arguably the first Bayverse Legacy figure. This I also have a little bit of a problem with because I don't know what to do with it in robot mode. Like, you can store it on the back, you can store it on the arm, kind of like how I've done here. And I know there's a couple other people who kind of stick it up here to give him some more asymmetry. I do like that he has like the EMP thing going on. You can give him like the concept art leg pipes, which is kind of cool. You can also do the concept art exhaust legs by doing it like this, by putting the actual exhaust on the side of the wheel there. I like stashing these on the back. I think it makes the most sense, just kind of have them back there. You can flare them up, like, obviously, but that's, I don't know. I don't love that. I don't love it. In terms of Junkions, I think Lockdown is one of the better ones. I think his color scheme is really good. I like the greens that they used for here. I like the reds they used. I think the silver is really nice. I think the vehicle mode is good. Let's see. Hope to get Lockdown soon. Rather have him as the mercenaries and not the Star Seekers. I keep him as a Decepticon bounty hunter. Oh man, it sucks the mercenaries are such a forgotten faction and only have like 3 members. They're not mercenaries aren't a real faction to me. I'll be honest. Ghostbusters logo? Yeah, sure, go for it. Microphone didn't listen. He's from the Insecticons. Based on anime, but they want Revenge of the Fallen toy head because this is the bestseller toy line. The animated one is alright, but not great with some parts. Just got 2 ads, enjoy the money. Reminds me of the Frankenstein's monster. Pig, that's funny you mentioned that he's supposed to be a Frankenstein's monster, because that's actually like the concept for Lockdown. That was like one of the original concepts, was that he was like a Frankenstein transformer. That's pretty cool. Based on animated, I have to disagree with you on that, because they specifically said that this one is not based on animated, because they want to do an animated one later down the line. I do remember that when they revealed them. I'm gonna give, let's do 1 out of 10. Let's do a 1 out of 10. I'm gonna give Lockdown. How much do I enjoy this? I also like that they like talking about the mold choice too. Oh yeah, history as a Star Seeker. Lockdown's never been a Star Seeker. Someone mentioned that he was closer to a mercenary. That's very true. I when the mercenaries came out, like that faction was revealed and created, I was like, oh, Lockdown would be perfect for that. And then they didn't make a Lockdown. So I guess it kind of makes sense they throw him with the Star Seekers. Although he is the only Star Seekers character to not feature the Star Seekers logo. So that's interesting. He has a Decepticon logo, which is dumb. If anything, he should have no logo. But he is part of the Star Seekers now. That's pretty interesting. Or Star Raiders, whatever. I'm going to use those words interchangeably. I'm going to use Star Seeker and Star Raider interchangeably. That the symbol of the Star Raiders and Star Seekers is the same. It's just the name. So going to use them interchangeably. Want to see what the Autobot version of Lockdown looked like before he became a bounty hunter? Probably DevCon. DevCon's pretty close. All right. Mold choice. They did fix the elbow issue on this mold. This mold had a notable, like, the elbows would pop off, so it does seem they fixed that. There's a lot of parts forming on here. I know that the like Junkions were like paraded as like no parts forming, so these parts are super parts for me. I do know that there's like this thing, because this is pretty cool. I wish I could credit properly who came up with this slight mod, but there is the thing where you can't use the hook hand after this, where you can take Lockdown's blasters and legs and give him his kind of Revenge of the Fallen chicken legs. And it looks okay. I saw the photos of this and I was like, oh, that's ugly. In person, it's not that bad. But then he can't hold his hook. Like, I mean, he can hold it. I've tried a couple things where it's like you take one of these and you put the hook in there and then put that on the side of the arm. I've tried that, but I don't love it. But there's a lot of options with Lockdown. I'd say a 1 out of 10 in terms of my enjoyment out of a deluxe. I think I'm gonna go with a 6.5. I think he's a little above average, a little more than above average. Maybe a 7. Maybe a 7. That feels right. I like Lockdown. Don't get me wrong. I like Lockdown. I want to say that I love all the Star Seekers. I wouldn't have gotten all of them if I didn't like them all. But I really do like them. I think Lockdown is a 6.5 to a 7. He's really cool. He's a lot of fun, but he does suffer all the issues that the toe line and axle grease mold suffers, which is the bad shoulders that can't really articulate well. He also does have some looseness in the joints on the arms. Specifically, this elbow is really loose. And then when I move my legs on my Lockdown, they start to, like, if I push it up and I push it down and I bring it back, they start to separate, like, at the knee. Like, these don't like fitting in their sockets. So I'm going to give him a solid, I'll give him a 7. Slightly, a little bit above average. Oh my God. Twister Lock. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. That's awesome. Thank you. Let's check chat. I just peeked over. I just looked and saw that. Thank you so much. Someone says they're getting axle grease soon. Awesome. Rewatch the stream tomorrow. See if I should get these guys. Cool. Star Raiders as an away team. Digigrade. Rain, what's up? What's up, channel member Rain? How we get Whirl from Shard. Oh, dude. He's the Frankenstein's pirate. Yeah. All right. Let's set Lockdown off to the side. Let's look at Cannonball next. Oh, man. It's going to be hard. It's hard to not be unbiased with Cannonball. If you guys have seen my videos on the Crosscut and my short on... If you've seen my video on Crosscut and you've seen my video on Cannonball and you've seen my short on Burnout, you know that I adore the skids tooling. Star Raiders Whale Tidal Wave. Ooh. Getting Slammer and Paleo Trex for your birthday. Slammer Blaster Paleo Trex. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. I also have a crankcase, which I think is the worst version of the skids mold. But yeah, if you guys know me, you know that it's very difficult for me to be biased about this mold. You know how much I like it. I want to preface this in terms of mold choice. Cannonball fixes everything with the skids tooling. The chest properly tabs in. The shoulders don't knock down anymore. The joints are solid. Like they don't move. Everything on here is real nice. The paint job is premium. He has painted rims on all 4 tires. He has the awesome tampagraphing. That's from me. I did that. I picked that out. But everything on here is so well picked out in paint. The head sculpt is amazing. He's a total overhaul, including the little doors from his original toy, including these from his original toy. He fixes the issue where people were like, oh, he's so gappy. He uses it for weapon storage now. Like, this guy is so nice in terms of a retool, remold. Like, you can tell they poured a lot of love and a lot of budget into this guy, because he's kind of like Filch in that sense, where they got a lot of extra stuff in him. Finally finished off the Star Seekers with Road Pig and Thundertron pack on Saturday. Nice, very good. So in terms of him being a Star Raider, Star Seeker, Cannonball's actually been the leader of the Star Seekers a couple times, and then he was on Thundertron's crew and aligned. So having Cannonball here is pretty great. He is specifically the Cybertron version, which, I mean, that's the version that I like and I grew up with, but you can easily just like take the Cyber Key off and just be like, yeah, it's just Cannonball. Like, it doesn't really matter to this figure, to this release, but it's also great that we get another Cybertron character. I really like him. I'll be honest, man. This is such a good toy and a good figure, and it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite characters. I have a really soft spot for Cannonball. He's one of those when you have a toy from your childhood and it's one of those nobody repaints, and it's one of those things where you see like molds and you're like, oh yeah, this could be a Cannonball. A year before this got revealed, I said Crankcase should be a Cannonball on on Instagram. And then a year later, this gets revealed. And I was like, I called it. I called Crankcase was going to be into Cannonball. And we got one. So not only did I call it, not only is Crankcase a childhood favorite that I still have the toy of, and he's complete, and not only is the Skids mold like one of my favorite legacy molds, this guy's perfect. He does so much. It's hard for me to not say that Cannonball is like a 10 out of 10 in terms of like goodness. Plus these colors, man. It gives him like the purple here and swaps these out. Those are kind of like, I don't really like this, but I mean, it's still such a good figure that it's hard for me to not recommend Cannonball. Even if you don't like the Skids mold, get Cannonball because he is so good. It's hard for me not to give him a 10 out of 10. Figured out Slammer and Paleotrex are weaponizers. I like that. I don't think that's biased. I think it's a great review. You love the mold and you know what you want in a retool. Yeah, no, he's great. Cannonball's awesome. He's a lot of fun, and he keeps all the gimmicks from the original toy. So, yeah, definitely. I would say if you can, we'll talk about it later, but I think Cannonball's a 10 out of 10. He's so good. Let's go to Road Pig. One of the newer ones that I got in my hands on. I got this guy on Friday, I think I got this guy Friday. And I really like Road Pig. I've been talking in the Discord server about Road Pig and how much I like him. He is very cool. The colors on here are awesome. He is a new head repaint of Crash Bar, one of the Junkions. So we got 2 Junkions in the Star Seekers line, which I think is great. I think that's awesome that we have 2 of them. The old decal of Cannonball is better. Yeah, Mio, I agree. I also agree with the Cannonball statement. That's why I hope they do a toy hack set, because if they do a sticker set for him that gives him his old decals, his Oingo Boingo skeletons, I'm in. Like, I'm gonna get the sticker set. If the sticker set for the toy hack set for Cannonball is good, I'm getting it, as well as some Starseeker emblems to put on Pounce, Wingspan, and Flame War to give them their Starseekers symbol. Can I transform them? I'll transform a couple of them on stream, but I'm not going to transform all of them because I display my figures in robot mode. Going back to Road Pig here. Road Pig is interesting. So Road Pig like I said, he's a new head repaint of Crash Bar, which is the other Junkion. He has this really cool look This is direct ripped from his original toy. He has this really cool ninja head. The details on here are pretty well replicated from the original toy with the black and gold. He has a Transformers logo, his G2 logo on the side, teeny tiny little toenail paint for the Star Seekers logo, gas caps picked out in this like off silver. I like his gold saddlebags and his clear red pipes here. So there's not a lot of new details here on Road Pig from Crash Bar, but his coloration makes him such a different vibe than Crash Bar. And I do really, really like Road Pig. His colors are nice. The reds are vibrant. Everything here is bold, and I love the glossy black that is picked out in a few different spots. It really makes him stand out. And like even in a line where like half the dudes are goth repaints, like Road Pig stands out. He is vibrant and nice. What can you please like Transformer Road Pig, Lockdown, and Cannonball? What? Let's turn into the Monty. Yeah. So yeah, I really like Road Pig. His articulation is pretty good. I like that he has like the super elbows. He has some pretty hindered knees, but you can get some stuff out of the way. He is a weaponizer, so he does do the weaponizer thing, except this guy actually does fix the tolerance issues that I had with my Crash Bar. I had Crash Bar for a while. One of this leg specifically on my Crash Bar was really loose, and one of the arms was really loose in terms of staying in. I have no trouble keeping this guy together. Although this knee right here is a little weak, but that's fine. He stands up fine. It's just like when I start shaking him that it gets a little whatever. All the other tolerances on Road Pig are really good. In terms of the history of him being a Star Seeker, Road Pig has not been a Star Seeker before, but Axer, who in RID was a repaint of Road Pig, was a Star Seeker. The differences between Road Pig and Axer in terms of color is that everywhere where there's red on Road Pig, there was blue on Axer. And the other laser cycle was in Velocitron. So I'm pretty sure they just tagged out Road Pig for Axer for Road Pig, just so that they could complete a team. And I'm fine with that. Like if that means that RID, yeah. So if that means we get like a really nice color scheme and a character who, in my opinion, doesn't really matter, like Axer, can be tagged out for his repaint on the same faction that, Axer's a part of, I'm okay with it. I was never gonna, I don't really put Axer with the Star Seekers because I kind of go by the BotCon version, although now it's kind of an amalgam of the team. I really like Road Pig though. I think he's a great addition to the team, and I think he's a smart addition in terms of finishing out a sub team while also putting another sub team with a new member, but one that makes sense. So it is really nice. Star Seeker logo reminds me of the Gokaiger logo. Wonder if the Gokai logo is based on them. Thinking of getting the G2 laser cycle to replace the Autobot logo and add a Star Seekers on her to replace Lockdown. Oh, I don't like G2 laser cycle. G2 laser cycle looks like they peed their pants. Hopefully Hasbro makes a Legacy Armada Sideways. That'd be nice. But yeah, Road Pig is really, really cool. Really like Road Pig. Let's rate him. I'm gonna give Road Pig. Let's give him a like an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Yeah. He's really cool. I wish the knees had a little bit more motion in them. All the same problems that like kind of. And then I will say he does transform better. His like I can actually get everything tabbed in on him instead of like what I couldn't do on Crash Bar. So I'm gonna give him like a 9 out of 10. I really like him, but I don't think like he's perfect. I think there's a couple little qualms about him, such as the posability that kind of hinder him. So, but I think he is really, really good. Sorry, what about peeing pants? Let's talk about the Voyager. This one I will transform on camera. Someone wants me to transform them on camera. I figured a sound on my Amazon. Transform on Megatron. We pre-ordered. I don't even know. Okay. So this one is the one I got today. This is Ferrac. And I have never handled the Cyclonus mold before. I do have Metal Hawk, but I don't have Cyclonus. And this is a lot closer to Cyclonus. And I got him today. So I was really excited because everyone talks about how good Kingdom Cyclonus is. But my main issue with him is the Generation Selects one is really loose and floppy, and then the normal Kingdom version yellows horribly. So when this came out, I was like, okay, it's part of the Star Seekers. Love the Star Seekers. I'm gonna get him. I just don't know. I just want to wait on a sale because he's the only Voyager. I will say that mine already has a paint scuff because the tolerances are too tight on this turn. So that's great. Love that. He does have landing gear, which I love. I will never not point out when a jet has landing gear. Things that are new on him from Cyclonus. I think the wings are new. The shoulder parts are new. This nose cone piece is new. These are new. And that might be all the new stuff you can see in vehicle mode. But then right here, this chest section is also new. So it's shockingly new things, even though he still looks really close to Cyclonus. He does have his blaster, Cyclonus blaster, which can go right there. It's fine. Let's get this guy transformed. Let's put him in robot mode. He has such a clever transformation, by the way. I love the way this transforms. So you start by untabbing these parts right here, the wings, and then you kind of rock these up and over, so that way they're out of the way. And then you pop this, and you stretch out his legs, and he has, again, Star Seekers stay winning because the joints are incredibly tight on this guy. Open this up. This is not my review, by the way. I will be reviewing Pharak at some point, probably either later this week or early next week. I think Road Pig is coming up next in terms of reviews. Then this rotates up. This opens up. This opens up. Then this opens up. This folds away and closes. This rotates and closes and closes. And then everything clamps around. And then we fold these up, undo this, keep those tabbed in, and rotate that back. Fold that around, fold this up, untab that. We might actually have to adjust the camera. This guy's kind of tall. And then open this up and rotate out the fists. And open this up, rotate out the fists, close everything up, stand him up, and give him his blaster. Oh yeah, we gotta tilt the camera up a little bit. There we go. Whoa, hello. Whoa. And there's Pharak. I'm gonna have to keep Farmer away from my lights because I have a lot of lights and I don't want yellow Slammer. Slammer would look weird. I haven't had a problem with Slammer yellowing. I think for minor things, I think seeing bots with landing gear and kickstands helps the robot in disguise model. That might just be me though. Yeah, I don't know. It's just nice when we get them. But here's Pharak in his robot mode. He looks pretty good for a guy who really only has 3 colors going on and 2 of them are gray. I do love the arm tattoo. That is so cool. The Star Seekers on the arm. The head sculpt is new. It's very cool. Kind of looks grumpy. I like it. He's angry. Kind of into it. His chest looks a lot closer to classic Cyclonus. And then he just looks really, really good. Like, there's something about how this guy, like, moves that is really nice. Like, I don't know. I feel like I can put him in just about any pose, and he looks strangely dynamic. Like, I don't know. Something about him is really nice. The joints on here are pretty good. I like the wings, how those look. I like this double, like, he has like a neck joint. He has a ball joint at the neck, but then he has this lower neck joint that lets him move like this. So I really like that. It feels like his waist is a little gummy or a little springy, which is weird. There's light piping in his chest, which is strange. But I really like him. I like that these are painted. The elbows have that little pop of orange, which is nice. We'll see how long that lasts. His knees are painted. Like, the paint is a little chalky looking and kind of chalky feeling, but it is what it is. Again, a lot of retooling going on here from Cyclonus, even though he looks like Cyclonus. They didn't have to go all out. They could have really just dropped a Cyclonus repaint, probably with a new head, but they went out of their way to make this guy different, and I like that. And he looks good. So angry did he stub his toe? But yeah, I like him a lot. And I get why people praise the Cyclonus mold so much. It's a good transformation. It's a clever transformation. And you get this really nice and dynamic bot mode out of it that I understand why people were like, oh yeah, Metal Hawk is not Cyclonus. They're like, this Metal Hawk is worse. So Farak, who is a lot closer and is practically Cyclonus, I see it now. I get it. This is a little loose right there. I don't totally love that. I don't know if you guys can see the slight wiggle that's going on there. Don't absolutely love that, but that's okay. I can deal with it. The arms are a little interesting with the way the shoulders work, and then the shoulder's a little whatever. This shoulder's a lot tighter. I like him though. I do like this. It's really nice. It's hard to keep my hands off of it because he is very posable. He's very easy to look He's very photogenic. He's easy to get into like photogenic poses. So I'm gonna he's not as white as he's more of like like a metallic light gray, if that makes sense. That's kind of what his colors is. Get the big guy to the toilet real quick. Yeah, I like him a lot though. In terms of his history of being a Starseeker, Farak was in the BotCon set for the Starseekers, so he is part of them. He is their engineer. He is the scientist engineer type on the team, so he's the one who rigs up all their gadgets and makes their things. In my personal headcanon, he's the one who fixed Cannonball's hand. He's the one who set up Thundertron's prosthesis and the like. Like I like to think of him like that. So I like him a lot. I think he's very cool. He looks great. I'm also going to give Farak a 9. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. I really like this. Maybe an 8 out of 10 because he's a little weirdo. But no, because Road Pig's kind of a weirdo, and I gave him a 9. Yeah, let's give him a 9. Starseekers can get messy. Planning to get him. Starseekers can get messy like Real Pirate. Yeah. I like him a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. I'm sticking with it. This is a great mold and a good color scheme with good tolerances. Oh, I do have the toilet. Yeah, I do. Hang on. There's some stuff I'm missing. Here. Hang on. Nod has a toy toilet. I do have a toy toilet. It's upstairs. It's packed away. But yeah, maybe I'll do a photo of Farak on the throne later. But yeah, that's Farak. Very, very good. Very good figure. Give him a 9 out of 10. Now we get to the one that was a little unrelated. Hello, Matei Duta. What's up? Unrelated to the Raiders, I got the TFO Sentinel Prime thanks to your video, and he's so much fun. No problem. I'm glad you found education in that. I have sold my TF1 Sentinel. I did get rid of him. Because there's a Voyager coming out. Now we're going to talk about one of the more divisive ones. Let's talk about Thundertron, which I did just do a video on. I've had a couple days to digest Thundertron, and understand him and get to know him. Same thing with Calcitron, who I am not keeping. This is going to my friend. I'm selling this off to one of my buddies. So I'm going to have to transform it again later, but we're going to put it in robot mode for the sake of the stream. Let's get this back in there. Thundertron uses the Thundertron mold, and the main differences between the mainline Thundertron and Pirate Thundertron is the head and the hook hand and the colors. This Thundertron has a brighter gold, a brighter blue, and then the hook and head are brand new for this release. He also includes 2 extra figures, that being the deluxe class Calcitron and the Micromaster Night Strike. So rating this as a set, I think this is really cool. I think having a leader class, like, I know people are like tired of leaders being like Voyager Plus, but I think this is the way to do it if you're going to do Voyager Plus. You do a Voyager along with like a deluxe and a little figure or a cool accessory. You trying to buy all the Transformers 1 figures? Nope, I am not. Sandstorm is part of the Starseekers in the book, part of Transformers Prime Universe, Aligned Universe. We don't know what he looked like because Predacons in Season 3 of the show. He supposedly was going to look like Thrilling 30 Sandstorm. Take him out to dinner. Prime Universe Thundertron. That's what my sister got me for my birthday. Cool. So I don't want to rate these in terms of like they're all separate, like, because they're not. This is a one package. You cannot get this without getting the other two. So I feel like it's unfair to be like, oh, this one is a whatever out of whatever, whereas this is a whatever out of whatever. You have to rank all of them as one unit. Texted me about my stream. Oh no. Stickers for the good for your oh, I should. I should do that. So what I'm gonna do, might pick up Cannonball or the Thundertron trio once they go on sale. Good luck trying to find Cannonball on sale. I guarantee a lot of these Star Seekers are gonna, at least Cannonball. I feel like he's gonna move quick if he goes back in stock online. So let's kind of go through this piece by piece. I'm not going to rank them, but we can talk about their history real quick. I'm not going to rank them individually. Let me phrase it like that. Thundertron has been part of the Star Seekers. He was the first Star Seeker. His original Prime toy is what kicked off the team, and he is the leader of the aligned continuity version of the Star Seekers. So it makes sense that he's the leader class of this one. Another fun fact about Thundertron is that his Voyager toy, this one, is... I thought I sent you a photo of the single Thundertron. You did. This Thundertron is the same size as like the Voyager, Megatron, and Optimus toys. So he is that like upscaled like leader Voyager size, which is really cool. I'm in another country, he's not selling super well. Okay. So I really like this guy. In terms of a Voyager, he's this is a Legacy United Wave 1 Voyager mold. And I think there's a lot of really cool stuff about Thundertron. You can check out my review for some more in-depth details, as well as the other stream where I unboxed this guy. I like him. I do like him. But there's aspects of him that I have come to like realize and learn that I don't like. He's kind of bulky, which is good for a big pirate character. And I do like that he looks like he's wearing a pirate's coat. I think that's really cool. I wish the eye patch was painted, and I might actually take a little chrome marker and do it myself. I don't really like that the tail just like hangs out. I wish it folded up into his back. And this piece right here loves coming off, which is a little annoying. He's also very gappy. I don't want to have to get a gap filler for my figure, but this is one of those cases where I might try and track down some gap fillers. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel about that later. But overall, I do like this Thundertron. I am glad I waited for this version of Thundertron because I do like him a lot. That said, I think it really doesn't matter now, having had this one in hand. I almost wish I had gotten the single release version, but I already have this one, and Night Strike is really cool. So, and I didn't have this mold either. I didn't have these two molds, and I'm getting rid of that, so it kind of makes these worth it, like, if that makes sense. Night Strike here is a RID 15 character who she's never been a Star Seeker before, so she's brand new for the team. And I think she's a fine addition. I think it's cute that Thundertron has a bat instead of like a parrot. I think it makes sense that like a evil space pirate. I say evil space pirate. He's kind of like, he's just I don't know. Chaotic lawful evil. I don't know. What's Thundertron's alignment? Shout out in chat. What's his alignment? In my headcanon, Thundertron is leader of the Star Seekers, and Cannonball is the second in command. Unlike Starscream, he doesn't try to overthrow his leader. I also like headcanon that Cannonball is the first mate. If just slightly off topic. I guess it's sort of on topic, but like my fanon headcanon for these guys is that Thundertron started the Star Seekers and Cannonball started the Maraudicons, which if you look on his wiki page, you'll see that the Maraudicons were kind of like the prototype Star Seekers. The Maraudicons all got wiped out at some point. Thundertron heard about a pirate that had like a pirate captain that had no crew and offered Cannonball a spot on his team, so Cannonball did not have to work for the Decepticons or the Autobots. He didn't have to follow anyone else's rules. He just had to follow Thundertron, and Cannonball was like, you know what, cool, you pay me and I'm just gonna hang out with you. That's awesome. So that's kind of my headcanon for Cannonball and Thundertron, is that these guys are they're bros, sort of. They're not like bros, but he, you know, if you see Cannonball, the chances are Thundertron's not too far away. He kind of handles the dirty work, but if something gets real serious, Thundertron steps in. You know, I'm of the same mind that Cannonball is the second in command of the Starseekers, and that him and Thundertron have like a mutual respect thing going on. The Minicon is a male Decepticon. Why switch gender? Is Nightstrike a boy? I heard someone call I've heard that it's a girl. Hang on. RID 15 Nightstrike. I'm Googling this right now. Nightstrike, TF Wiki. Bro, no! Offset by his monstrous bat-like visage. Oh my god! Toys. There's a redeco. The flat box mode, practically too large. Theoretically compatible, but in practice is slightly too large to fit into the chest. So now we have two other figures, 5mm ports. You can also use 2 slots of Thundertrons. He's only... Oh, never mind. No, never mind. I just misgendered Nightstrike. Whoops. Uh-oh. Sorry. Didn't mean to. That's my bad. Sorry. He is a great addition to the Starseekers. I really like Nightstrike. I think it's cool. I also have like a weird headcanon that, like, because Nightstrike is white and blue and a beast former, and Pounce and Wingspan, they're right here, by the way. Pounce and Wingspan are right here, are white and blue with beast alt modes, and Thundertron is white and blue with a beast alt mode. All of them are from the same like planet, and we're part of the original Starseekers before Lockdown, Road Pig, Cannonball, and Flame War and Ferrac joined. Femboy Nightstrike. What's up, Soundwave? But yeah, no, I love this compatibility, and I'm glad that we got a Thundertron that came with this mold, because this mold is kind of difficult to get. I know we're getting a Ratbat next year with Perceptors, so that's really cool. But I really like this. Plus, like, this, for like, if you guys, this is so cool. This is such a cool alt mode. Taking the cassette and making it into a flag, that is so cool. This is epic. This is awesome. I love this. This is so cool. I do wish the peg was like in here, so that way like I could peg this onto his arm and have like him have like a pirate cassette shield instead of just like plugging it with the really cool part face down. But it is what it is. Nightstrike is definitely one of the better parts of the 3-pack, I think. It's a great color scheme. It's a character from RID 15 that never got a toy before, too. Like, this is this character's first toy. So that's also really nice. And, you know, it serves a great purpose as a glorified accessory for Thundertron. One of the best glorified accessories. Get in there. I also think Nightstrike is I think a bat character is a great addition to a pirate crew too. I think that's really cool. Before we get into Calcitron, I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, Calcitron. Let's talk Calcitron. Rock Lord. It's a Rock Lord. I like the colors. I like the colors on Calcitron a lot more. Obviously, there's no lore for Calcitron because Calcitron is not a real character. They are made up for Legacy, which in some forms is cool. It implores kids to make up their own headcanon for the Rock Lords. I also do like the fact that we're getting like actual other aliens in the Transformers toy line. Like these, like this is just a whole. This is not a Transformer, you know. This is not a Cybertronian. This is something completely different. So it's really nice. The Decepticon double clones are a recolor of a jet and car Viacon. MGo's review. No. These are part of the team. So, but Calcitron's neat. The colors are great on here, by the way. I would say if you don't have the Magnius mold and you're in the market for a Thundertron, this is a great way to get the Magnius mold and that Thundertron that you're missing. Because these are great colors. The metallic blues are really nice. The gradients are really nice. The head sculpt I like more than Magnius, I think. The BotCon ones? Yeah, the BotCon ones are Viacons. I would love to get BotCon Viacons, by the way. The BotCon Pounce and Wingspan. I would love to get those. But these, I'll talk about Pounce and Wingspan later. Stop getting me off track. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about them in a minute when I'm done rating all of the Star Seekers. Well, because we'll talk about Flame War and Pounce and Wingspan in a little bit. So where am I? Calcitron, yeah. I don't really care about the weaponizer thing. It's whatever. The armorizers don't weaponize very well, I'll be honest. Like, they do this, and you can put that on there and make like a big hammer, but I don't care. I just don't care about the Rock Lord armorizer gimmick. I love the modulators. It is interesting to me though that because of this, there are 3 weaponizer type characters in this subline, which is kind of awesome. Like, that's really cool. Surprised the Autobot double clones didn't get new ones. That sucks. Autobot, I mean, there's the Titans Return ones. Titans Return double clones. The Autobot clones. Wait, hang on. Whoa, I moved the wrong guy. That's cool that there's 3 weaponizers in this toy line. But I feel like this could have been someone else. Like, when they announced the leader class Thundertron, I pitched the idea that maybe he was coming with, because someone said, oh, he's coming with another figure. It's a 2-pack. And I was like, oh, I bet it's core class Shockwave decoed into Brimstone. And I still feel like, while I'm glad it's deluxe, like I'm glad it's a deluxe figure, I still feel like if that Shockwave as Brimstone would have been a better inclusion. Just make a massive weapon if all the weaponizers fuse. I think you can, if you try hard enough. There's a couple weaponizers. One of the fossilizers turns into like a big hammer. I think it's Master Dominus. But yeah, I don't think this sells me on the Thundertron box. If anything, like Thundertron coming with an accessory with the accessory Micromaster, that kind of sold me on this version of the mold and not this. This could have been any deluxe. And this could have been any deluxe, and I would have wanted these and sold this off unless it was actually another Star Seekers character. Honestly, a great inclusion could have been a fixed, but they're cowards. But yeah, no, this is fine. Ranking this as a box set. Now, this is gonna be, this might be a hot take. A little bit of a hot take. I think, if we're being honest with ourselves, this is the weakest part of the Star Raiders capsule. If we're being honest with ourselves, let's consider it. I think this is the weakest part. Thundertron is not very different from the release that was earlier in United. Night Strike, while a great addition, is a glorified accessory. It's a nice way to get the cassette. It's a great way to get the cassette, but, it's just a cassette bot. And Calcitron is a nobody character who kind of just exists to make this a leader class box set. And while it's appreciated that this is a way that we can get leader classes, we now know that this is something they can do at leader class, a Voyager, a Micromaster, and a Deluxe. And that's great. And I hope they do something like this in the future, not Soundwave. I hope they do something like this in the future. Again, not Soundwave. But there's not a lot here that, to me, aside from this, that screams Star Seeker. So, because I do think they picked the correct the correct weaponizer mold, like, this is the better Rock Lord, let's be real. Shard and the core class are not good. They picked a good mold, they did a cool inclusion with the bat, and the Thundertron looks great. He's closer to his toy version. Yes, I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. I think this is cool. I think it's great. I think everything in here is the best use of its mold so far. I will say that. I think this is better than Magnius. I think this is better than the solo release Thundertron, and I think that this is a Scar repaint. I think this matters more than Scar does. But in terms of all the insane things that we've seen with the Starseekers and how intense and how good some of these repaints are, I think this is the weakest one. I'm going to give it a 7.5. I am. Like, I think even Lockdown's better than this. As a box set. If we're talking individuals between these, that's a different story. But you have to remember, this is a package deal, so we have to talk about them and rank them together. So, let's get the Starseekers in the picture. So we got our leader class. We got our Voyager. I can talk about Filch real quick too. Like I'll just mention Filch. Filch looks cool. They turn into a crow, which is awesome. They've never been a Starseeker before. They're another RID 15 character, another girl boss to add to the pirate crew, and it looks like a great use of the mold. Haven't handled it yet. If I see her on sale, I will probably get her just to finish up the crew, because as you can tell, I have all of them except for Filch, because she is hard to find. So if I see her and she's on sale, I will probably get her. But if I never obtain Filch, I will not cry about it or care about it. Not spending $80 on the 3-pack. Yeah. So let's bring everyone in. And then we get our Junkions. So which ones, what's the best? What is the best one out of this? Or who are the best ones? Honestly, I think it's Cannonball and Road Pig. I think these are the best ones out of the wave. Farak is really cool, but he's a nobody. So it's hard, and I know Road Pig is kind of a nobody too. It's hard to recommend Farak. I would say if you don't have, wait for a sale on Farak. He is the only Voyager in the wave, so I'm pretty sure he's going to go on clearance. So if you can, get him on sale, and you'll be very happy, especially if you haven't handled Cyclonus before. This is a great refresh and a great way to get it, especially because it has new accessories. Lockdown is really good. I can easily recommend Lockdown. Like I can easily recommend any of them except for maybe this, except for maybe that. Like the leader class is hard to recommend to people. I would say you have to really, if you love the Starseekers, if you're a big Starseekers fan, kind of like how I am, then yeah, go for the leader class Thundertron. Or if you really like this part of the 3-pack right here, if you really like this part and you have a friend that likes Rock Lords, split the pack. That's what I would say. But I think this is the weakest part, and it's hard to recommend that leader class. So these two, I think these are the two best ones from the subline. I think they're great. I think you're going to be happy with either of these if you get them. Road Pig's colors are really nice, even though he's a simple retool with just a new head. I think you're going to be really happy with him no matter what. Great colors. He fits another subline, which is that Velocitron one, so he can fit in there. You could easily clean this off with some isopropyl if you don't want him to be a Starseeker, or even just black Sharpie over it. And then Cannonball, man. How do I? Mio points out, don't forget your personal favorite. It's Cannonball. I don't know if you could tell. It's fucking Cannonball. He's so good. I love him so much. I love this Cannonball so much. Man, it's hard for me to explain how happy it made me when I saw him get announced and I saw the leaked photo of him, because the amount of joy that filled my body was something I have not felt. And even now, just like picking him up and holding him, I'm like, there's very few toys that have survived my childhood. Like, if I can get a little sentimental here, I'm gonna move this aside. One of the reasons I really love the Starseekers, I'll let you, and we can get a little parasocial here. One of the reasons I really like the Starseekers is because as a kid, I had Cannonball. I loved Cannonball. I got him for Christmas one year along with Cybertron Downshift. That came in a 2-pack, and I got him when I was young, and I took really good care of my Cannonball. I love Cannonball. Love that original Cybertron toy. When I found out GPS was a thing, I was terrified for him because I'd had him so long. And there's so few toys that I still have from when I was a child that I've made it into my adulthood, and that original Cannonball was one of them. So having this and being able to have a Cannonball that moves as good as this one does, and as dynamically, as epically, and has all the functionality of the original toy, yes, I'm in. Cannonball is one of my favorite nobody characters. He's my nobody, you know? I think we all have those nobody characters that we're like, yep, that's my guy. Cannonball is that for me. He's my guy, you know? He's my special boy. And I'm so glad that he gets a brand new deluxe with all of the fixes on one of my favorite legacy molds. So he's great. He's fantastic. And he's a Star Seeker. Another reason I really like the Star Seekers, my favorite Fembot is Flame War. I'm a big Flame War fan. So why you gotta embarrass me like this, Flame War? So her being on the team is even better. It's my favorite flame. Not my favorite flame. It's my favorite Fembot. So her and Cannonball on the team, really sentimental to me. It's awesome. Lockdown, Revenge of the Fallen Lockdown specifically, is another toy that survived my childhood. Don't know how Revenge of the Fallen Lockdown did. I must have just liked him a lot and thought he was really cool. So I saw that, like, these two in the same subline, man, in the same subline, I was happy. I pre-ordered them the second they were live, and then I had to track them down when they went in stock because my pre-orders were canceled. So a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, how did you get these? How did you get them so quickly?" Because I tracked them down. I hunted these things. I needed to have them in my life. And then Mio, my partner, we went on my first big Transformers haul. When I got back into collecting, we went to Target right when Earthrise was starting, and we got a ton of the Earthrise Wave 1 stuff, and she ended up picking out Pounce and Wingspan. She got Pounce and Wingspan, and we got in the car, and she's opening them up and playing with them, and she's like, "Wow, these are my first Transformers." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "These are my very first Transformers toys." She had never owned a Transformer before. Not one of her own. She'd never bought I think she'd maybe gotten me a couple, but she had never owned one for herself. She'd never had one as a kid. So these were her first ones. And when she wanted to get rid of some of her collection, she wanted to clean out stuff, and she put these in the sale pile. She's like, "Yeah, we can get rid of them." And I was like, "Are you sure?" And she goes, "Yeah, it's okay." And I was like, "Well, how about this? How about I take them with me? I'll put up the stuff, and if they sell, I'll sell these too." And she's like, "Okay." Well, I sold all her stuff. I sold all of them. And then except for Pounce and Wingspan and the Autobot set of clones. I put them just on my JG1 shelves. I just set them there just so that way I knew who they were. And then she comes over and she's like, "Oh, you didn't sell Pounce and Wingspan?" And I was like, "Yeah, I kept them. I didn't want to get rid of them. They were your first Transformers." And she goes, "Good. I didn't really want to get rid of them anyways." So they've been hanging out with me and my Star Seekers. So with all that in mind, I hope that you guys can understand why I love the Star Seekers so much, why they mean so much to me, and why I was like, "Yeah, I need all of them." Why I was like, "Yes, all these boys, all of the Star Seekers, all the pirates." I'm also a big sucker for pirates. Anyone who knows me, who's known me for like a year, can tell you that I am obsessed with pirates. I want to be a pirate. If I could catch scurvy on a wooden boat, I would. Yeah, oh my God, man, just let me sail the seas. I'm happiest on a boat. So like, I hope I can help you guys understand why the Star Seekers mean so much to me and why I think they're so cool. But yes, Cannonball is my favorite. He is my favorite one. But yeah, this is a great looking set. You get Flame War in there, you get Pounce and Wingspan in there, and this is a fantastic looking set of guys, and I really love them. They look so good, and they fit in with what I got. Don't care about Calcitron. Although, if you actually follow Mark Mahal on Twitter, the guy who designs the Transformers, the lead designer, he says that Thundertron actually enlists the help of... boy, do I have the Somalia for you. He says that Thundertron actually enlists the help of the Rock Lords to attack Cybertron. So technically, all the Rock Lords are Star Seekers, sort of. So if you want to expand, your Star Seekers with some kind of grunt troops, you can get yourself a Shard, you can get a Magnius and a Nucleon, and the two, Boulder Crash and the other one, and have some extra goons for your Star Seeker shelf. Me personally, getting more into headcanon, since we're just chatting here now, I do add a couple guys into the Star Seekers. I add a couple extra dudes. Flame War, I feel like most people add her to the Star Seekers roster. Pounce and Wingspan, again, another pair that I feel get added to the Star Seekers faction a lot. I also think it lets them stand out because Pounce and Wingspan often get forgotten. So this lets them be on a team, especially, my team of special little guys. Before I bring out the extra members that I like adding to the Star Seekers, I will say that I don't recognize the Mercenaries as a real faction. I think that faction is too small and basically just more Decepticons. So I don't recognize the Mercenaries as a real faction, especially since Hasbro seems to have forgotten about them, whereas the Star Seekers got their own whole capsule. So yeah. Anyway, so I really only add 2 extra guys to my Star Seekers. The reason I mentioned the Mercenaries thing is because one of them is Sound Blaster. I add Sound Blaster to my Star Seekers. I like to think of him as their navigator. I think he works really well as their navigator. And it gives Sound Blaster still that kind of mercenary role that the more recent Sound Blaster renditions have given him, while putting him on a team that actually matters. Like that, Hasbro has been tinkering with the concept of creating more and more Transformers that allow for personal headcanons rather than media-based cannons and personalities. Yeah, me too. The fun thing about the Star Seekers is they do have very little lore. So you can really imagine the real only lore they have is they are space pirates. Yes, and it did get started with the fossilizers per se. Yeah, the fossilizers were kind of the first guys to let you do your own lore stuff. Speaking of fossilizers, the other member that I like adding to the Star Seekers is the fossilizer Skelevor. I think Skelevor fits in really well. He has this like crazy purple look to him. And I think, like, I don't know, something about Skelevor screams Star Seeker to me. It also helps that I kind of got rid of a lot of my other fossilizers. But Skelevor is really cool, and I don't want to get rid of him, but I also don't have a Beast Wars shelf. And a lot of these guys do have beast modes. We got 3 beast formers on the team, and then you got Night Strike. So Skelevor kind of fits in. And if you like the idea of, like, keeping Calcitron on the team, well, then that's more, it just adds another type of weaponizer onto the faction. So that way, you got the Junkion types, you have the Rocklord type, and then you have the fossilizer type. So, but that's generally what my Star Seekers look like. This is what my Star Seeker shelf looks like, is like this. And I love this team. I love this. Actually, probably maybe Thundertron should go in the middle. If we're being real here, maybe Thundertron should go right there. And Farrakhan can. There we go. Since Thundertron's in charge. So yeah, so that's how I personally headcanon. They started it in like the 80s. Deep dive on the fossilizer would be cool because people did some crazy stuff with them. If I hadn't just got rid of my Paleotrex and my Ractonite and the Core Class 1 and my Wingfinger, if I hadn't just got rid of like almost all the fossilizers I owned, yeah, I would have done that. But I got rid of them all. I got rid of almost all of them aside from the Wreckers ones and Skelevor here. So I think we're gonna start winding this down. Do I remember the Power Dashers? I actually own the Power Dashers. I have a whole. Hang on. Is there any? 1 second. I gotta see if there's anything that like reveals my location behind me. Give me a sec. Hang on. Okay, you can't judge me if my face is so greasy. Okay, let me move this. Okay, right over there. That shelf I've mounted to the wall. That is where I keep my Diaclones, and my Power Dashers are on that shelf. I do have the Power Dashers up over there. Love the purple on Skelevor. Yeah, dude, Skelevor's awesome. Love Skelevor. The first Glup Shittos. But yeah, I think we're going to start winding down. Let me know if you guys have a favorite Starseeker. I'd love to hear your guys' favorite Starseekers. Do you have guys that you headcanon onto the Starseekers team? Like Skelevor, like Sound Blaster, who my Sound Blaster is dusty as all get out. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Dusty boy. Super, super dusty. Okay. Clean up a little bit. I think my personal favorite of the ones that are that came out in the Starseekers capsule is I think it is Cannonball. I think it is Road Pig. Those two are great. I think if you get your hands on them, do. Please do. They are so good. I definitely think this Walmart capsule is also the best one that we've gotten so far. I like. It's nice that Legacy is kind of going out on a bang. At least the Legacy Walmart capsules are. I wish that the boxes, that the Legacy boxes for the Star Seekers had a little bit more flair to them, because they are just United packaging that just say Star Raider on them. So there's not a whole lot that makes these feel special. Universe redecos of Tankor and Obsidian along with Auto Roller. Oh, okay, Auto Roller. Tankor and Obsidian. That's interesting. What about Strika? You don't throw Strika on there? It's exciting for me as a big fan of like BotCon sets and pirates that a lot of the pirate characters from that BotCon set have become, way more available, because we got Flame War and Cannonball, and who all was in that? It was Flame War, Cannonball, Ferak, Brimstone, Hunter. Who else was in there? BotCon 2014 TF Wiki. Let's see. Convention exclusives. Okay. The Pirates vs. Night box set. Cannonball, Ferak, Scorponok were the pirates. And then Pirate, Hunter, and Brimstone. And then the Dread crew, which was the Pounce and Wingspan. Then there was Primal Prime. And then Flame War. And then Krios. And that was it. So you had Flame War, Pounce and Wingspan, Hunter, Brimstone, Scorponok, Ferak, and Cannonball. So you had 8 pirates to collect at the show when those first came out. And we have a good chunk of them. No, she's good as a Viacon. Don't forget to mention where to find bonus content. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Since we're winding down, don't forget to check out that Patreon. I do have a show that me and Mio do, me and Shattershock. We do a show called Bot Talk, where we review Transformers TV show episodes. Right now, we're working our way through RID 01. It is $1 a month. $1 a month. Unfortunately, you can't get it as a channel member. The only way to get it is as a Patreon thing. Sadly, but for $1 a month, you get a few extra videos a month. I also upload unedited versions of things, like I did the unedited version of the Diaclona hot takes video, so you guys check that out if you're a Patreon. They're a lot of fun. We try a lot of things on the Patreon. RDO1 is very fun to watch through too. If you have not seen it, it is so goofy. But it's been a lot of fun going through that with Shattershock. I enjoy it quite a bit. If you don't feel like supporting me with $1 because you hate me, you can check out the Patreon. It's down in the description. We do a lot of watch parties. We do a lot of not live streams, but we do a lot of chats, a lot of voice calls. So if you want to chat with me, you want to chat with Pig, Shattershock, that we do have a Discord. Get Road Pig on there. Cannonball. Flamemore. Get them back up on the shelf. Flamemore over there. I'll put Flamemore here next to Lockdown Cannonball. Then we'll get House of Wingspan up there. Yeah. God, I love the Star Seekers. Yeah, I'm keeping them. I have a shelf. I don't have $1 for reasons. I have a shelf right next to my desk. It's right there, and that's where I'm keeping the Star Seekers right now. Is just immediately right next to my desk, so I can pick them up and grab them because I love all the molds so much. They're all so good. I forgot to put Skelevore on the shelf. We got to put him back there. So I have $1 for reasons. Is the reasons plastic robots? That's generally the reason I don't have $1. And Taco Bell. And Taco Bell. Alrighty, there we go. Well, guys, I think we're coming to a close, so I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for chatting. I'll probably... I don't know when I'm going to stream again. I'm going to try and start getting streams more scheduled. I would love to do that. I think the next game we're going to start playing is the DS Transformers game, whether it's Autobots or Decepticons. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.